Hey everybody, Chris Bello with chrisbello.com and the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. And in this quick video, I just wanted to talk about, and I'm coming at you from my parents' backyard, chilling out here. There's a couple people in the house, watching TV, making noise in the kitchen. So I figured I'd come back here to the backyard to make a quick video. But in this video, I want to talk about creating videos to document your processes. I'm working on continually coming up with more and more content, because whenever you come up with new videos for people on your team or even for clients, you're able to make a piece of content once for questions that you receive frequently, and you can just send that video to your clients instead of having to constantly repeat yourself and answer the same questions over and over again. I'm sure if you're in a service-based business or you're in some kind of business where you've got call script or a video script or something that you do over and over again, Zoom calls, you kind of have the same conversations but just to different clients, it can probably get a little tiresome. And so I actually just created this myself. I created some videos for my process from meeting a client to closing with a client to even asking for referrals. So after I start communicating with a client, I have the initial call. I have a video that says, thanks so much for checking out Chris Bello Real Estate. I'm really excited to work with you. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to reach out, reply to this email, or you can schedule a time to talk to me via this link, which will book a Zoom call with me. Alternatively, make sure to copy my transaction coordinator. She can answer all the questions that I could answer and more. And that way I'm positioning it from the beginning and setting expectations that they don't have to call me every time. They don't have to text me all the time. They can follow the rules. They can reply to my email. They can call or text me if they want, but they don't even have to reach out to me directly. My transaction coordinator can take a lot of those responses and answer that on my behalf. And then the next email says something like, next steps on buying a house or next steps on selling a house, depending on if they're buying or selling or whatever it is in your process. You can tailor it to your clients. They're going to get either one video or the other saying, hey, here's the next steps. Here's what we're going to do. This is how everything looks. Here's how it's going to play out. And that way I don't have to try to remember and say the same thing every time. And I don't have to spend all the time saying those things over and over again. I can actually just send that video and say, hey, I'm going to send a video with a little more information on how this process is going to go. If you have any questions after watching this video, which if you do a good job with the video, they're not going to really have that many questions, or they'll have maybe a couple. And if you don't do a great job, maybe you can create a new video and answer a lot of the questions that they had that you weren't able to answer the first time. And that way my clients are able to understand how the process is going to work. They understand the expectations. They know what to expect, whether it's getting an inspection on a house or if they're a seller, having an option period where the buyer is going to get an inspection on the house, that sort of thing. All the way to the review process. After I work with the client, I actually send a video thanking them once again and saying that, hey, I hope everything was smooth and sound and that you had a great time working with me like I did with you on this transaction. All I ask is that you leave me a review. Here's the links to do it. To make it easy, you can copy your review from one place and just paste it in these 4 different sites. All the links are below. I make it very easy for them and very painless so that they hopefully leave me a great 5-star review without hesitating. And then I even added one more video to the mix. And again, take this however, I'm just kind of sharing what I did with my business, but you can adapt this however you see fit for your own business. I also have one final video where I ask for referrals and I say, hey, I want to help your friends and family. If you had a great time, if you enjoyed working with me during this transaction, if I, exceeded all your expectations like I hope that I did, it would mean so much if I could work with your friends or family. If you have anyone in mind that's looking to buy or sell and they need some help, please point them my way. I'll be happy to help them. And you can even introduce us in a group text. That's honestly how I prefer to get my referrals. It's a lot better for me if you can put me in a group text with somebody. That's a lot more personal or personable, I guess. And it kind of holds that person accountable, because now if their friend went out on a limb to introduce them to me and I reply in that group text, they're not going to just ghost me. They're probably going to actually at least reply to be respectful to their friend who made the introduction. And so, yeah, that's how everything works with my process right now. I'm also working on making some videos for my virtual assistants. I've done that a few times depending on the process that I'm working on. I might record my screen if there's something repetitive that I've been doing that I want to outsource. I'll just screen record and I will make a quick video saying, hey John, or hey G-Bell, whoever it is, whichever assistant that it is, I'll say, hey, here's how to do this. This is where I save it. I gave you access to this folder. Here's my process for uploading new podcast episodes, or where I save all my files, or how I want to document everything. Can you please follow these steps and create your own process instructions to make sure this becomes a habit? And that way they understand. It's a lot easier, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a video is probably worth 1,000,000 pictures. I don't know how those numbers play out, but basically videos are super helpful for allowing people to see exactly step by step. What are you doing? Where are you clicking on your screen? Where are your files saved? What does your process look like? That goes a lot further than trying to explain it over just an audio message or a text message, or even having to just share the instructions via email with screenshots and text alone. It's so much faster to just do it and record it on video. If you're going to do it anyway, if it's something that you keep on doing and you want to outsource it, just record it the next time. And as long as you don't have any sensitive information or they can't see your passwords or whatever, I mean, within reason, share your screen and be comfortable with handing that off and sending that to a virtual assistant or an assistant on your team so that they can document the process. They can take that thing off your plate and they can really help free up your time so you can focus on the other stuff. So that's my message for you. Make sure to train up your clients, train up your virtual assistants and your team members via videos. Videos are super fast to make. I'm making this one. This is a perfect example. I'm making this video from the backyard. All I have is my phone and a pair of headphones so you can hear better audio quality. And I hope that there's no fuzzy noises or anything from the wind. But that's all it is, a video and a microphone. And with this, I'm able to communicate a message. The audio is going to go to a podcast. My podcast platform is going to benefit from listening to this. The YouTube platform, you're going to be able to watch this video if you actually want to see the trees in the backyard of the house that my parents have lived in here in Houston forever. And with that, that's all I have for this episode. I hope all is well. This is kind of like one of those filler episodes on South Park or whatever, if you're familiar with those kinds of shows, where sometimes you're like, maybe that wasn't super value packed. I'm hoping that you got some value, but I know this isn't quite the same as a 1-hour interview with like a millionaire like I do like to bring to you. With the holidays and everything, I know a few people were booked up, a few people were hard to reach, but all those interviews are resuming here in the next week or so. I have a lot of great guests on the calendar. Calendar's booked solid for the next couple of weeks with great guests. And so don't worry, I will be bringing you longer interviews, longer episodes, and more value here very soon. With that being said, have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, share, let me know what episodes you want me to cover next, and tune in to the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast every single day if you haven't already. See ya.